Guys, yes, thank you very much for your support, for your comments, for your subscriptions. They are amazing comments, and they keep me going. Yes, it's your favorite organic chemistry tutor once again, Philosopher. Philip Solamide is the name. And this morning I'm going to be taking another series on alkyl halides, which I tagged nomenclature of alkyl halides. Yes, don't forget that organic chemistry is the chemistry of organic compounds that deal with four things: the study of their properties, the study of their preparation, the study of their structures, which covers the nomenclature aspect, and the study of their reaction. So this morning we are going to be taking one of these scope, and it's going to be the study of the structure of alkyl halides and the nomenclature. When we talk about structure, we are talking about the nomenclature. When you see a compound that contains an alkyl group and an halide group, how are you going to name it? And sometimes they exist in cyclic format, like chlorobenzene, M-toluene aldehydes, phenol. But phenol is not an alkylate actually. Phenol is containing an OH group. But we can have chlorophenol. That means when there is an halide in phenol, it's still an alkylate. But an alkylate is any compound that contains at least one or more of the halogens. Yes. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about nomenclature. As you can see on the board, there are two different ways of naming alkyl halides, and it's divided into part A and part B. Part B is tagged or is always known as the functional group naming, while the other way around is the substituent naming. Yes, if someone name this particular compound as functional group or name it as a substituent, both of them are correct. So none of them should say the other one is wrong. It depends on your perspective. But in chemistry, you have to learn both, because in case you see another way of naming a particular alkyl halide in another textbook, then you begin to argue, this is not correct. This is not what my professor taught us. And you begin to actually argue on what you don't know. There are two ways of naming alkyl halides, please: functional group naming and substituent naming. As you can see on the board, I have a precursor and example that you can use. Yes, this compound is having 3 carbon. Don't mind the number of hydrogen, just count the carbon: 1, 2, 3. And by the time you sum up the hydrogen, is 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7. C3H7 means propyl, because the propane is supposed to be C3H8. And I already told you in the previous video, series 1, that whenever you subtract one hydrogen from alkane, you are going to get alkyl group. So C3H8 minus 1 hydrogen give us C3H7. Where by the time I expand the chain, I have CH3, CH2, CH3. But whenever you see a compound that have 3 carbon, it is called propyl. And because we have one of the halogen, the halide involved here is chlorine. So you call it propyl chloride. So if you write propyl chloride, you are naming it as a functional group. Functional group naming of this compound is going to be propyl chloride. How do you know is a functional group? Now, when the halide are functional, the name will end with IDE. Don't forget that even in the topic, alkyl halide, the last letter is IDE. So when the halide, the halogen, end the name, is called functional group naming. Functional group naming. But in the other way around, this same compound, if you want to name it, if you want to name this same compound, yes, in substituent format, you are going to fix out the halogen first. So you call it chloro. Yes, sometimes you can say 1 chloro, since at carbon number 1. Then you write the pro. But the pro will not end with YL again. It's going to end as an alkane. So you can call it chloropropane. Why is it ending like an alkane? I've already said it that alkyl halides are derived from alkane. And when alkane ends the name, it is substituent naming, chloropropane. When the halide themselves end the chain, you are going to call the alkyl group first. So, but you will not call this one propane chloride. No. When you are carrying the alkane first, make sure you turn it to YL. But if the alkane is to end the name, there's nothing like chloropropyl. You have to say chloropropane. If it is butyl chloride too, that means butyl chloride can also be called what? Chlorobutane. So if the alkane functional group is the one that ends the name, that's substituent. That means they are not functioning in this naming. It was the alkane that is functioning. Why if the halide, chloride, fluoride, bromide end the name, then it means they are functional. That's the two ways of naming organic compound like alkyl halides. Yes. In subsequent videos, I'm going to take some few examples and I'm going to name them for you, both the straight naming, the branching, and the most complex one you can encounter when it comes to naming of alkyl halides. Thank you for watching. Please do it to subscribe, share, comment, and